Whether it's an RPG or an FPS, an action-adventure or a strategic puzzle, video games cater to almost every interest. But the world of gaming is still misunderstood, even by gamers. Join us as we look deeper at video games and explore just what it is that captivates this audience. I'm Genese Davis, and this is Pixel Vision. A few weeks ago, Sony and Microsoft shared more details about the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. New features, new controllers, and most importantly, new games are headed our way this fall. While there were lots of exciting announcements, one aspect overshadowed a lot of the conversation. What stance would these new consoles take in the growing controversy surrounding used games? It's a tricky subject, and many gamers on both sides of the issue are standing their ground. Let's take a look at why used games are so important. When you buy a new game, either as a physical copy or a digital download from an online service, a portion of the money you spend goes to the developers. However, when you purchase or rent a used game, only the seller sees that money. Gamers may like having the option to sell their games and buy others for cheaper prices, but many publishers and developers feel that the buy-sell-trade model hurts their ability to fund great new games. Restricting used games isn't always about penny-pinching gamers. So the question is this: if you buy a game in a store, do you have the right to do what you want with that copy? Most would assume yes, but legally, not necessarily. When you buy a game, you're buying a license to use that game. For years, selling your game disc meant selling the license as well. But what if your license was never attached to a disc at all, but rather to an online account? Then you couldn't sell or trade it. But gamers don't like being restricted. Look at the Xbox One, which went from blocking used games to supporting them within a week of E3. So many people disliked the policies that it pushed Microsoft to change its stance on used games. Many may think this is for the better, but like most things, it isn't so black and white. Preserving the status quo of game trading comes at a cost. Interesting features that would have allowed sharing between friends or family members are no longer an option. Another benefit to an always online system meant gamers wouldn't have to worry about losing or breaking games. PC gamers widely regard Steam as a great service, even though its policy is similar to what the Xbox One proposed. In fact, in some ways, it's even more restrictive. But gamers are okay with giving up used games if they get something in return. Steam has become a PC gaming standard because it makes it easy for gamers to buy games. It has a huge library of options, and there are daily, weekly, and annual sales where even brand new games have huge discounts. Publishers and developers set their own prices and can have sales whenever they want. Before Steam became the juggernaut that it is today, it had its own share of growing pains. When it was first released, it was nearly universally hated. But since then, Valve has built a solid reputation on excellent service and great prices. The lesson is this: rather than restrict consumers, give us something in return for giving up our ability to trade in games. No one likes being ripped off, but everyone can see the benefits of gaming wherever they go, or special sales that save them money. While Microsoft and Sony decided not to rock the boat, both companies have a chance to promote digital sales by offering a cheaper alternative to retail discs, pre-owned or otherwise. This still gives people the option to pick what's best for them and attracts those who might normally buy used games. It's clear the battle between publishers, used game sellers, and gamers over pre-owned games is far from over. But maybe we'll reach a compromise that creates quality games and benefits those who enjoy them.
And action.
I'm Genese Davis.
And this is Pixel Vision.
Wait, it's clear the battle between publishers, used game sellers, and gamers over pre-owned games is far from over. But maybe we'll reach a compromise that creates quality games and benefits those who enjoy them.